Hello traders, this is Day Trader Matt with businesswithtrading.com doing an Emini Trading Room recap for the 16th of September, Tuesday. And today was another interesting day in the markets. Today we had 3 trades. We were 2 for 1 and pulled 3.5 points out of the market. First trade, the market did gap down a little bit to start the day. Then the market kind of came up a little bit, went sideways, and then finally began moving higher. We took 3 trades today. The first trade, we did grab a short shortly off the open, pardon the pun. We took a short over here. We were able to write it down a little bit, taking profits before it rolled back over and started moving higher. We kind of watched this to see what was going to play out. The market came up here a little bit, chopped around, and we got long. And then the market did come down, it stopped us out, and then we got long again. And we were able to ride this up a little bit. We did get out, and we thought that, I thought the market was going to come down a little bit again, but it just chopped around a little bit and then kept going higher. And it is what it is. Sometimes you have days like that. You're going to, get out, and the market's going to continue going. And you have to really decide, what are you going to do? Are you going to trade according to your plan, or are you just going to get in because the market's moving? The market never gave us an entry, and we were not able to get in. We did miss a trade earlier in the day. It is what it is. So we missed a trade over here, and we got out, and the market kept going up over here. Those are 2 things that cause new traders lots of trouble. And I've seen it firsthand. I actually was a new trader at one point and experienced those problems myself. And also working with new traders, I get to see their perspective of that same issue. It's interesting to me, and it's depending on who you are, what you've learned, this and that. Maybe it's easy to fix, maybe it's not so easy to fix, but it is a fixable problem. Anything in life can be fixed. It's just, the way that you go about it might not necessarily be the way to actually do it, or it might not be the best way to do it. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. I see a lot of times someone trying to fix a problem, they're actually going about it the wrong way. Sometimes they have the wrong solution and they're going about it the wrong way, which is 2 negatives. And sometimes they're going about it the right way, but they have the wrong solution. So it really depends on what the issue is and everything. And that's why a lot of psychology is individualistic. A lot of that you really need to work with someone one-on-one. Having just a set course, this is how you do things, is really not the best way to go about it. It's a good way to cover the basics, but getting advanced to actually uncover a problem is very difficult in my opinion. But anyway, I wanted to point those 2 out just because, it's a great example. That's what we did today. It's a great example to show, hey, we missed a trade, and then look at this. We got stopped out, and because we still believed in our setup, we still believed in our trade, we got long again, and, made back a little bit more, and we lost. And we ended up 3.5 points higher on the day. And I really wanted to point that out, so hopefully you got something out of what I was talking about. I encourage questions. That's how we all learn. I believe there's no such thing as a dumb question, because we're learning, we're asking questions. That's how we do as human beings. So I encourage, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, whatever, you can put them in the comments below. You can also email me, support@businesswithtrading.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.